It's your Week 8 fantasy football recap, full PPR, winners and losers, studs and duds. We got your top Week 9 waiver wire targets. Make sure you smash that like button. Stick around for What's Yo Fantasy. Hey, look. Ruining dreams under pressure. Peachy be the one to bless ya, but don't test her. The queen reigns supreme, you know what I mean? Add the boy Breezy Prince, like a king. When the two come together in any weather, they form a bond, stay tight in any measure. So it's my pleasure, the number one team. Let the world know what's your fantasy. What's good, fantasy footballers in and around the world? It's your host, Wayne Breezy, Peachy in the building. Welcome to What's Your Fantasy. We are in Week 9. We're headed into Week 9, so we're going to be recapping Week 8. What a Week 8 of fantasy football. Hopefully you guys won the majority of your leagues. I did not, but hopefully you did. Peachy, what's going on? Welcome back to What's Your Fantasy. How you doing?
I was literally going to say that, that I hope everybody else had more luck than I did. I don't have but about 3 viable leagues left anyway that I feel are going to have a chance to do anything. Hell, our own league, I don't even have a chance in there.
It's tough.
It's really bad. It's just been a very rough fantasy year, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's still fun.
It is. You know, I live for it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of changes and things like that, which is,
Yep.
But what's going on? We got Terra Dome in the building. We got this chat popping on the screen. What's going on, Terra Dome? Hope to expand the What's Your Fantasy League next year too. Just having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys smash that like button. Leave a comment if you're watching this, show afterwards. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. If it's your first time watching, if YouTube is pushing it out to you as a fantasy football show, we appreciate YouTube for doing such things like that. You can also support the channel via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or you could just become a member of the Breezy Bunch crew like my man Terra Dome, and have that good old badge right next to your name, and your name highlights in the color, so you will get first priority to responses and things like that on the live show. So go ahead and take advantage of that and those cool perks. You know, Peachy, not much really going on in the NFL as far as like news. No new coaches really being fired or anything like that. But the trade deadline is in a couple of weeks, so will Jacoby Myers get traded? Will some of these top, premium offensive weapons be moved to other teams? And we'll do our best to keep you locked in. Has anything offensively transpired? I do know that there was a team that signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling, right? Like he's going to a new team.
Reunited with Aaron Rodgers.
Reunited with Aaron Rodgers. Well, he's a Steeler. Mm-hmm. Oh, sugar snaps. Which is good because Aaron Rodgers needs more weapons. He just needs some weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were winning and then they were losing. And I was just like, dang. Like, and they were winning. Like, I thought they had a comfortable lead at the half. And then they blew that lead big freaking time. Now, bye weeks, we got the Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, and the number one scoring defense of Week 8, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Did they make our top 10? You got to have to stick around to find out, all right? So make sure you guys are adjusting your lineups accordingly. Today is Waiver Wire Tuesday, so make sure you hit those waiver wires, pick up defense, pick up whatever you need. But these teams got by. So that Cleveland Browns defense is probably the only person you started from that team. Bye. New York. Oh, maybe Quinshon Judkins injury.
Yeah, I got news about him. Yeah.
Can't wait to that. New York Jets. Oh, how wrong were we, or was I, about the time of the young fella Justin Fields being over with the Jets? They played the biggest ookie doke I've ever seen in my life. And Justin Fields balled out, and the guy helped this team get a win. Philadelphia Eagles, so your Saquon Barkley's, all those guys, your Jalen Hurts, your Dallas Goederts, Your receivers, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, all are going to be on a bye week. So, and then your Tampa Bay Buccaneers guys also on a bye week. All right, PG, let's get to this injury report. And what do you got for us?
Man, let's start it off with the devastating season-ending injury to running back Cam Scatterbo.
Cam Scatterbo, man. Whew. That was a toughie. Watching that is tough.
Yes, it was such a bad, just a really bad injury. That guy was about to take off. I mean, it was awesome for him, but we're just hope that he gets back as soon as possible. I know that I don't know. It just devastated that whole entire Giants team. He's like the heart and soul of that team, which is crazy because he's just getting there and they love him that much. The coaching staff, everyone. Apparently, he's a really good guy, all that good stuff. So, yeah, prayers out to Cam, and we want him to get a speedy recovery. So we absolutely do. But then we do have a substitution since he will be gone that we're going to talk about when we do the waivers. So here's some good news on top of all the bad news. Lamar Jackson is back.
Now they said that last week, so
right. But Lamar himself said that he was back. And not only is he back, but he did something hilarious. He cleared out all of the fun stations in their locker room areas. all the ping pong tables, all the other stuff they got, all the video games, all that stuff is gone. He said it is straight about business, and that's what this team is going to be about. It's just going to be about straight business because they have to, win, and they have to get wins, and they have to continue to, build wins and everything. And apparently he's just over it, and they're just all about business. So that's what it's like.
I mean, they only got 2 wins. So
right.
If he's the captain, got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
The question is he going to be healthy and is he going to play? Because he was healthy last week and he definitely didn't play. Yeah. Luckily, they won, but there was no Lamar Jackson in my lineup, even though I had him in my lineup.
The Ravens put out a huge, long soliloquy because, the NFL is cracking down on, injury things. We see what the Giants just went through, as a matter of fact, and the Ravens were trying to avoid that. So they put out what I like to say is cap, because I don't believe anything that John Harbaugh had to say about the situation. I believe Lamar and they're trying to get Lamar. I guess Lamar is not supposed to be talking as much as he's talking because I don't think he was aware of what was going on. So anyway, he's supposedly back. So like Breezy said, we'll see. Somebody who is not going to be back, it seems like, is quarterback Tyrod Taylor, because he is now injured with a knee. So quarterback Justin Fields will be back as the quarterback, and he will continue that way, is what it looks like. They're not planning on making any kind of changes or anything like that, at least to the quarterback. Running back Quinshon Judkins, shoulder, he's day-to-day. Since they're on a bye week, they hope to have him back by week 10, so he should be good. Running back Saquon Barkley, he has a groin, but he should also be back for week 10 because they're also on a bye. Running back Isaiah Pacheco, however, has an MCL sprain. He's week to week, so it'll be a little bit for him. So we might have a sub for you for, Pacheco and that. Also back is wide receiver Puka Nacua. And tight end Brock Bowers. Thank God.
Again, I'm going to believe it
when you see it. I know. I can only go by what I read. That's what I read. Yeah. Yes, Tyrod also does stay hurt as well. So, I mean, it was short-lived. But alrighty. But that's what I have for injuries.
All right. Well, it sounds like some of those guys on a bye week, which is good for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping, some players that we can expect back. Brock Bowers would be great. Lamar Jackson would be great. Puka Nakua would be great. Believe what's the running back? Bucky Irvin is on a bye week, so hopefully after this week he'll be great for week 10. We'll keep you guys updated on that. You guys can also follow us on What's Your Fantasy Football on IG,
Yep.
which is where we list the updates, status updates, breaking news, all that type of stuff is where that goes. So make sure you guys follow us over there so you guys can go ahead and be updated, during, live time and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We try to get that stuff pumped out there as quickly as possible. Let's recap, you know what I'm saying, week 8, and let's get these top 10 scores from week 8. And I'm going to be the first to say I was a little shocked that Christian McCaffrey didn't make this list because, he put up 9 points due to whatever the 49ers, the hell they were doing. But, we got to be better out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for the Christian McCaffrey owners, don't panic, because I know a lot of people are going to panic. Do not panic. It was one game. He's been averaging 20 plus fantasy. I think he's been one of the leading running backs in fantasy football points. He's been averaging like 20 plus every single week. Last week was his worst week. I don't expect it to go down. But let's start with number 1. This guy right here, who is, I believe, the league lead runner for MVP, Jonathan Taylor. Peachy put up 37.4 points. Like, what are your thoughts on each one of these players as we go through the top 10 list? And he plays next week. He's going to be playing against the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So I was just curious to know, like, how you feeling about JT?
Man, first of all, I love JT. And every year but this year, I've always had him in my lineups, kind of like I had Christian McCaffrey. But he is definitely having an MVP caliber season, and it's just getting bigger and better. Bigger. They actually have him projected to possibly have 28 touchdowns before the end of the year.
He leads the league with touchdowns.
Yes.
28 would be astronomical.
It would.
He has probably the best offensive line in football, so I could definitely see it happening. But again, he put up 37.4 PPR points. That is, this dude's just a scoring machine.
And almost every game, he gets anywhere from 2 to 3 touchdowns.
It's
so
just ridiculous.
I can definitely see it. Depending on the defenses that he plays against, it's possible.
I mean, maybe this is the year of JT. I mean, I feel like the running back situation shifts every year. We all thought this was going to be like a Bijan Robinson type of year.
Yeah, we did.
And he's still dynamic, but it just seems like the most consistent running back in the league. Or the most explosive running back, I would say that in the league has been Jonathan Taylor. So, kudos to him. Number 1 this week. Number 2, another running back, James Cook the third. All right. James Cook the third. He put up 33.6 points. James Cook is running with that football. I feel like when their matchups are good and they utilize him, he plays very well. He's very explosive. Next week he has to face that Kansas City Chiefs defense, which is a little stingy. But what are your thoughts on Mr. Cook the third? Mr. Cook the third.
Yeah, he whenever he gets going, he's dang near unstoppable. But like you said, it does depend on the matchup. So it does depend on what kind of defense he's playing against. He happened to be playing against a soft defense this week. So I knew that he was going to. Now, I didn't know he was going to do this, but he balled out this week. He really did.
And I hope he continues to provide the consistency, right? Like that's what we're hoping we get from James Cook as a fantasy football owner. Like if you own him, like I kind of stayed away from him because I knew he was going to have very explosive games and then a lot of dud games, right? He's definitely a stud this week. But that's what made me stay away from him. Still a top 10 back, but he was just tough. For me, he was tough to draft. Definitely respect him You know what I mean? Number 3, finally, number 3 is a Saquon Barkley signing because I didn't know what the freak was going on with Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's about time, you know?
Man, he actually shocked me because he's been missing from this for a while now. Where he just, all of a sudden out of nowhere, against that Giants defense, he just, was able to get going and everything. He would have actually probably had a higher fantasy score had he had kept playing, but Philly was up so much
They took him
that
out.
um
Okay.
and then his groin, was kind of messed
Yes.
up too. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but they went ahead and took him out because, of course, they didn't want to make that worse. And yeah, so he may have wound up. Who knows what would have happened if he would have had to have kept playing? But I was very, very happy because I have 2 leagues where I have Saquon in them, still thriving a little bit. So that was really good for a change.
About time. That's all I'm going to say. When it
Right.
comes to Saquon Barkley, about time on the bye week. So, he gets a chance, like you said, to rest that groin injury. But it's good to see him back as an explosive running back because that's what we all expect from Mr. Barkley, right? Like explosiveness from Mr. Barkley. So number 4 on the list, number 3 on the list, number 4 on the list, tight end 1, Tucker Kraft. Now he's inconsistent as well, but
Yes, he
this
is.
is his second big explosive week, 33.3 points, PPR points. Green Bay Packers, they did their thing as usual. What are your thoughts on Mr. Tucker Kraft?
So you're right about him being inconsistent, but when he is on, man, he is on. And he lit up that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So I was really happy because I actually just took a chance and put him in. And we talked about last week about these matchups and what tight end we would put in because of National Tight Ends Day. Which tight end would you put in? And so, cool. He celebrated and had a pretty nice game.
And
We'll
this
see
is
what happens.
right. Like,
Right.
can he be?
Wait and see.
Well, I mean, they did get Christian Watson back, so I wonder if that kind of helps him out a little bit in the pass game. In the Green Bay Packers matchup this week is against the Carolina Panthers, so we'll see how that pans out. But it's just really good to see him on National Tight Ends Day. He was the number 1 scoring tight end, 33.3 PPR points for him. So he definitely balled out on the day that was designated for him. Number 5, I feel like it's the first time he's been on this list, Mr. Breece Hall, 32.9 points. And obviously they're going on a bye, but there were a bunch of trade talks about him being traded. I feel like now he may not be traded.
Right.
If he can continue to find a way to be explosive like this, but 32.9 points. What are your thoughts on Breece Hall? And he finally had a good week before a week of rest.
So this was actually my surprise that I have on this list was Breece Hall because he's not really been in a situation to be productive this season like we thought that he was going to be. So to have him on this list, I was actually really surprised. When Breece is able to just get out there and play his game, he's really good. I don't know why the Jets would even trade him anyway. I just don't get it. I know that they had said like when they felt like they weren't going anywhere that they may trade some of their players, because you're pretty much gonna, when they, this year was gonna be a wash. But them winning the game, this whole attitude has changed on the scenes. I don't think Breece is going anywhere. I think he's gonna remain with the Jets.
Yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. He's not. They got a new coach, and the coach didn't draft him, and they might be able to get some draft capital for him. So, that's usually why players, typically go or get traded. But I mean, they got a running back. I mean, is Justin Fields going to be the quarterback of the future?
Right.
We don't know, but hey, we'll see what happens. But great week for him, or whatnot. Jordan Love, man, the Packers up on this list. a couple of times in the top 10. And he had a big day, 28.3 points for Jordan Love. Let me ask you this. Are you a firm believer in Dude Love, or, like, what are your thoughts on Mr. Love? Hey,
No,
Miss
I'm
Cinnamon.
not.
Yeah. But why not?
Not yet. Because it's like he's a good quarterback. But I'm not going to put him up in the elite status of quarterback play.
Okay.
Because I see him still making a lot of mistakes. And I'm just not ready to put him there yet. But then it's hard for me to throw people in the elite thing. I have to see more from him to be able to do that. Oh, I had one more comment about Breece Hall real quick. It's something that you always say. Maybe they're showcasing him for other teams. And maybe they allowed that so that they can see what they can get for him. So, I mean, on the other side of the fence, I mean, on both sides, maybe you're right. Maybe they can get quite a bit for Breece. There's a couple of people out there that could use running back help like really bad, and maybe, who knows?
Yeah, so like that's
right.
a thing, that's a tactic, and it just so happened that the week 9 bye teams
exactly
could get to take advantage of giving that player that week off before the trade deadline, right? So there is a possibility that can happen. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, or whatnot. I see we got a super chat out there, and we're gonna get to it. I promise you. We just want to get through these top 10 recaps of the week, just in case you got these guys, or they may be on your waiver. I don't know, or you can make a trade because the trades still haven't happened yet. So if you want to trade for these guys, you can. But we will get you the top 10 waivers for this week. They're scarce, but they're out there. Like you know what I'm saying? They're scarce, but they're out there. I wouldn't lie to you. All right. So Drake May, 3 quarterbacks made this list. And Drake May was number 7. Drake May put up 27.3. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question. Are you a firm believer in Drake May? I know you said no and against, Mr. Love, but what about the May?
I don't think that Drake May is elite. However, I will say that I'm so impressed with this kid. And he just seems to be getting better and better and better. So I am very, very impressed with Mr. Drake May.
I mean, I've been impressed. I like the offense that they're running for him. He's starting to turn guys that we didn't know if we're going to be decent receivers into good receivers, like Butte and the guy you love, you talk about his name every single week. But I do know your running back did get injured. Travion Henderson did get a little banged up in this past game. But I do like what he's able to do with the ball. I feel like he sees the field very well. He's hella athletic. And I think him and Josh Daniels is doing the thing. Like they're a match made in heaven. If they can, and they're putting up points. I mean, he's putting up points, right? I mean, they're on a 5-game winning streak.
I know it.
So just let that sit in.
On top of the AFC East.
On top, they're they're number 1 in the AFC East, and they might be tied for number 2 in the whole AFC.
I think so.
Underneath the Colts. I don't know who else is 6-2 off the top of my head, but the Colts are 7-1, so they're the best team in football. But this is crazy from his second-year quarterback, right? Like, that's what you want to see, progression. And he's progressing every single week. Some weeks it's tough, but he's out there trying to make plays for his team. So Drake May, I'm a firm believer. Troy Franklin, you've mentioned his name before, from the Denver Broncos. It seems like this is Bo Nix's guy. It's no longer Cortland Sutton.
Nope.
And they molly-whopped the Dallas Cowboys this past week.
Yes, they did.
Thank you, Broncos. What are your thoughts on Mr. Franklin? Man, this kid put up, 26.9 points, and he may still be out there on people's waivers. This is crazy.
It probably is, which is insane. But he is such a baller, and like you said, he's definitely Bo next favorite target now. Sutton, Mims, just nah. It's literally he tries to find Troy Franklin as much as possible.
I like it. I like it. I
So
like him a lot. Like they, I'm starting to
yeah,
like him. Like I think, and it's just funny because the moment you be like, all right, Cortland, you're done.
exactly.
Cortland will have the game. Troy Franklin
Right.
won't have the game.
And then Cortland will go off. You know
So,
what? What's interesting, Breezy, is about the top of the AFC. My nephew Cameron even brought it up, was talking about it because he's a Patriots fan, and he was talking about how it's like what year did he say, 2006 2007 all over again or something, when you have the Patriots and the Colts at the top, and just the way that it's lined up for the first, I think he said for the first 6 teams that you have in the AFC or whatever. It's like a mirror image of another year. I can't remember what year he said. I can't remember if he said '06 or '07 or something like that. But
oh, wow, that's interesting. I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
that was interesting. I was like, that's crazy how, things just come back around.
Yeah, it truly
Everything
is.
comes back around the
It,
circle.
it truly is. Justin Herbert, quarterback, Chargers, stays producing. He's a real quarterback. I think
Yeah.
we all believe in this guy. Like
Yes.
he's a real quarterback. Run game. Vidal's holding it down with Amari and Hampton out. He's even provided a spark for them. Now that I think about it, it's gonna be interesting when Amari and Hampton returns, because do they go back to the rookie, or do they let the rookie kind of like slowly creep back in because Vidal's having a good year? But this guy right here is producing week in and week out. 26.3 points from the Los Angeles Chargers. They got a good matchup this week. It should be easy for them, but it's the Tennessee Titans. I don't know how that defensive line is going to front, for them. So we shall see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? We shall see what's going to happen. So let me know. What are your thoughts on Mr. Herbert? Cool Mr. Herbert. Like, I call him cool because his name should be Sherbert. But what are your thoughts on Mr. Herbert?
So I'm definitely a believer in him. 100%. And especially having Harbaugh as his coach now and that coaching staff,
Oh, yeah.
definitely a believer in him. He's definitely on the rise, continuing to be on the rise. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I really think I like him. We're gonna talk about some of his weapons, but if he's finding ways to get the job done, sign me up. And the funny thing is, you should have been able to get him super late in a draft. And so, like, it's like, do you spend on quarterbacks? Do you not spend on quarterbacks? There's those top 3 quarterbacks, and then after that, you could wait, because he was way below him. C.J. Stroud, they were down there. So if you have Justin Herbert, you've been riding out with him since the first week of the of fantasy football, man. I'm giving you guys a round of applause.
Yeah.
Round of applause. All right, top 10, number 10. The Tampa Bay Bucks defense. They put up they scored 26 points. This is the second defense this season that's made the top 10.
Yeah.
Second defense. Now they're on a bye, right? That Vita Vea is a monster up front.
Yeah.
And so, I'm what do you call it? Like I kind of play defenses.
Stream.
I stream the defense. I look for
Yeah.
probably the first or second best matchup, and then that it is what it is. If you're that type of person, welcome to my world. If you're not, you got that defense you ride with. You know what type of defense I used to be? I used to find the defensive team that had the latest bye week, so that I didn't have to keep
So that
streaming.
you don't have to keep finding one.
Now it's streaming all the way for me now. It's the only way to go. But Tampa Bay's defense, what are your thoughts on them? Are you a firm believer in this defense, and can they continue to produce like this depending on the matchup?
I think it depends on the matchup. I'm not a firm believer that this is one of those defenses that you can just put out there and they could just go against any offense. It just depends. But are they a really good defense? Yeah, 100%.
They definitely have the players.
Right, absolutely. Just like you said, Vita Vea is a freaking beast.
He's a monster up front. It's hard to run on
Yes.
that guy when he's playing
Exactly.
the type of football he's playing.
Mhm.
You know. All right, man. Those are your top 10 scoring leaders of week 8. We just dropped the bomb on them. It's going to be interesting to see how, week 9 pans out. Because I'm curious to see. We know some of these teams are going to be on a bye, but I'm curious to see, which new players step up. So let's talk about, before we get to a little Q&A, before we get to your waiver wire pickups, most disappointing player. You get to pick one. We know we got to go through the position, but just give me one of your most disappointing players from week 8.
Can I give you like the most disappointing group?
You give me a player.
I don't have like one player from that team. Let me see. I'm actually pretty mad at the tight ends. I felt like that they didn't represent tight ends day very well. A lot of crazy stuff happened out there on the field. So I'm gonna go with you know who I'm gonna go with because they actually cost me money. I'm gonna go with Tyler Warren. Because he did not get the touchdown that he was supposed to get. It made me mad. So that's my disappointment.
Tyler Warren tied for 12th on the list of tight ends. He put up 9.3 points. I mean, I don't know what you was expecting him to put up, but that's not bad. The tight ends did their thing. Tucker Kraft, 33.3. Travis Kelce, 21.9. Aronde started off the week, right? 18.7.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Harold Fannin had 18.4. Dallas Goedert, 17.8. Kyle Pitts, 14.9. Mason Taylor, he got that touchdown at the end, 14.4. George Kittle, 14.3. I didn't even know Njoku played. So you mean to tell me the Browns had 2 tight ends get double-digit points? And they wide receivers are trash, so that's interesting. Juwan Johnson, 10.3. Gunnar Helm, 10.3. And then there's your Tyler Warren. Yeah, I could see, man. He didn't even get you double-digit points.
No, and he also didn't get the touchdown that I needed.
Oh, got you. Well, I guess my disappointing player would be wide receiver Quentin Johnston from the Chargers, who put up 0 points. Like 0 points. It was just this dude started off super hot. I know he was dealing with an injury or whatnot. I can't figure out, though, like how do you don't catch one pass, at least catch a pass to put up a point. And if we went through every position, which we normally do, like I guess tons of players that I feel like, and then some of them is because of opportunity. So it is what it is. I know I told y'all to start Eddie Pinero last week, and if you did, he got you 1 point. My bad. I thought the Niners would attempt more field goals. That's my bad. So
yeah, that was one of those crazy games that nobody expected because it shouldn't have been that way. Eddie Pinero should have been really good for fantasy for this game.
1,000%. 1,000%. We got a couple of super chats we got to get through real quick. And Cynthia, Breezy and Peachy, what running back can I get off of waivers? So all right, so we're going to give you a couple of options.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who's on your waivers. If you want it more detailed, you can kind of list maybe the top 5 running backs from your waivers. You don't have to pay. But if you wanted to give us the top 5 running backs from your waivers, that would be great. We're going to give you the 2 that we feel like you need to pick up. Peachy's going to present that in a second. But feel free to post that inside the chat, your top 5 running backs that are available in your waivers. Jacqueline, 49ers for life. with the super chat contribution. Thank you guys so much for the super chat contributions. Hope everyone is doing well. Enjoy the show. Jacqueline, thank you so much for your super chat contribution. Truly appreciate it, as well as you, Miss Cynthia. Jax, if you have a question, fantasy football question, let us know. Put it inside the chat. We'll get to it. You do play fantasy football, so shoot your questions. All right. Now, Peachy, couple of Q&A questions before we dive into this waiver wire target pickups. We're going to definitely get to Miss Cynthia's super chat. But, let's see who has a question out there. Any questions starred from the community so far?
Yep. Let's see what we got. There, down here. Okay. So right here says, is Theo Johnson a start this week against SF, especially now that Scatterbo is out?
Niner Faithful 3-3. You are funny. I like this question.
Me too.
I'm starting every tight end against the San Francisco 49ers.
Everyone.
Now, if you started Dalton Schultz last week, I mean, he didn't do well. He maybe got a catch. You know what I mean?
That was another disappointment.
Yeah.
That I had with
They
Schultz.
didn't use him because you know why? You know why? You know why?
Why?
Because the Niners couldn't stop the run.
Right.
So if they could have stopped the run, it would have been more throwing to the tight end as a check down. But no.
Yeah, that was crazy. But he was actually another disappointment that I had because I just thought he'd just be money, just automatically money, because usually that's what CJ does. He looks for Schultz. So that was interesting.
It was. Prime GTSS. Hey, traded Henry and Edbuka, Tyler Warren, and Swift. Oh, he traded a haul. See, this is what I'm talking about. He not trading one player. He's trading a haul. All right, now in return, he got Bijan, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Kenneth Walker, and Debo. Daniels, Gibbs. His team is Jaden Daniels, Gibbs. Oh, my God. God dang. What do you want from us? I don't even know what you're asking us. I will give you the round of applause. You just fleeced. Whoever you traded for,
yes,
you fleeced the heaven out. You must have traded with your partner, your best friend. Somebody had to hook you up. You had to. There's no way. There's no way. But kudos to you.
Yes.
But whoever traded you, Bijan, JSN, Kenneth Walker, and Debo for two rookies, a Swift and an old man Henry, they ought to be slapped. I'm sorry. Bring them on the show so we can slap shit out of them. I don't get it. Wow. But congrats to you. That is you just won your league, bro. Did you look at his running backs?
I see it. That's crazy.
Now, Drake London is dealing with an injury. He didn't play last week, so be careful with that. He didn't play last week. He may not play this week. I believe that was why Atlanta's offense looked like trash with Kirk Cousins. He didn't have nobody to throw the ball to.
Yeah. Speaking of Kirk Cousins, he said that he would not mind if the Falcons traded him because
of course not. He
wants
would
like to be QB1.
Yeah, he wants to play football. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So the Vikings are trying to find a quarterback.
Are they?
And Vegas already has money on the Vikings.
I didn't know the Vikings. I thought they were going to rock with JJ. I thought JJ was available.
Since Wentz is, done.
Wentz is done for the year, but I thought
right.
But if JJ,
they still need to bring in another quarterback.
They did bring in. They have another quarterback. At some point, they're gonna have to let this rookie play to see what they got. I think it would be dumb to trade for a guy like Carson, whatever his name is, and pay that money. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they're just Vegas. You know how Vegas likes to mess with us.
It does. The odds, him returning back there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get it, but that's gonna prolong your rookie. So, but if it's their money. It's their money.
All right.
It's their money. We're gonna leave it at that. Cool Breeze 10, terrible week. Oh God, you had him. I can't believe it. I got Jake Ferguson too. I was wondering why there was 0 next to his name. He didn't.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He didn't even run for a point. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He didn't backflip. He didn't do anything. Like, he didn't get us a point. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Peachy, let's get to these waiver wire targets of going into week 9, right? Going into week 9. So, you can start this presentation off with who you got, and I'm excited to see who's on this list.
Okay, so the first one that I have up here is quarterback Tyler Shough, because as you know, Spencer Rattler has now been benched permanently. So Tyler Shough is taking over.
What the hell is that shit?
I didn't know he got benched.
Yes, he got benched during the game because he threw like 4 picks.
Yeah, so I was at the game, so I wasn't paying attention to any football.
Right. Of
But the
course.
Niners.
Yeah.
But he got benched?
He got benched.
The future is Suggs.
He got ousted up out there.
Shug, welcome to the
Definitely did.
NFL where the players dwell.
Which is crazy because you said
He should have
that
been the
this
guy
was
to go
the quarterback that they went with.
with. I loved everything I saw from him at the Senior Bowl. I will say this, though. If I fall in love with a player at the Senior Bowl, they usually pan out in the NFL. Usually. I'm just going to put that tidbit out there. You might want to follow me on the Senior Bowl tip once that kicks around this February. It usually pans out. Just saying.
Yeah, because Breezy puts in his work. I mean, tremendous amount of work when it comes to the Senior Bowl. And usually the players that he names usually wind up doing what they're supposed to do. And actually, congrats to Breezy because he actually had one picked out in 2023 that the 49ers just picked up today. So via trade from the Patriots.
Yeah. They got defensive end Keon White for 6th round pick. And they getting back a 7th. So look, I saw the talent in him. And I know he's a defensive player, but I think he'll help the 49ers defense out tremendously, especially with all the injuries. I remember there was another defensive end. If you go back, I believe the year before, I think it was Nick Bonito that I wanted. So whatever the year that Drake Jackson got drafted.
He's a beast.
Yep, that was the guy. I thought that was the guy. Now look at him now. He's getting paid. All right, so Tyler Shough.
Imagine if the Niners had him.
I know. Tyler Shough is going to be a decent quarterback in the league. He has all the traits, the abilities, he has the size, the height, the arm strength, the hand size. Like all that stuff is pretty good from him. He throws a pretty good ball. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does for the rest of the season if this is the route that they go. Now, you got to give him time. But if you're in dire need of a quarterback, if you're playing in one of those super flex leagues, time to drop the Spencer Rattler and pick up Tyler Shough. It's a great pickup.
Yep, that's what I have to do. And so for the first running back we have is Tyron Tracy.
All right, this is the first ding ding. Now, Miss Cynthia, if you're still watching and he's available, I would grab him now. He's
Like
running
ASAP.
back 1, right? I mean, you got to wait till tomorrow for it to clear, but I would if he's
But
he's
you
running
got to
back
put
1.
it in, but you need to put your dib in like
Yeah,
right
don't
now to
wait.
get him.
Because he's running back 1.
Yes.
And what's going to happen is, and correct me if I'm wrong, the New York Giants are going to feel like they can run over this San Francisco 49ers defense
Yes.
after watching what the Houston Texans did with their 1-2 combo, right? So the Giants are going to take a page out of that book. Now, the Niners have been struggling against the run. I would definitely get him, and I would actually start him. And I'm not saying that the Niners aren't going to fix their run defense, but this guy is, when he's healthy, he can be dominant out there on the football field.
I agree with everything that you said. I'm looking for Tyron Tracy to put up big numbers. It was really interesting because he was actually, supposed to be the running back. Cam Scatterboo was there also, but I mean, he was supposed to have done more on this team in the first place. So now he gets to show
Well, he did get hurt, to be fair.
what he
got
can do.
he got
Yeah,
injured.
he did.
He got injured, and it was Scatterboo had to fill in,
Mm-hmm.
Scatterboo looked like healthy. He wasn't coming back. He wasn't giving the job back.
Right.
But he did get injured. So now he's getting another opportunity. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yep.
To prove the injury. So, Miss Cynthia, if you have him available, I would definitely go after him. We still want to know who you have available. So let us know.
Right. She
All
still
right.
hasn't told us who she has available yet.
Here's your running back two, Peachy.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about this guy.
RB2, Emmanuel Wilson, who is the backup running back for Josh Jacobs in Green Bay. And the reason why that he's added to the waiver wire, I believe, is just because, you have these teams that have two good running backs. I feel like that Emmanuel Wilson is emerging, and everybody in the world can't have Josh Jacobs. They seem to be trying to get Wilson touches as well. So who knows? He could wind up benefiting your team, especially if you're on a bye week and you just need to bring in a running back just to spell one of your major running backs that might be on a bye. So definitely look at bringing in Emmanuel Wilson. They're trying to get him more involved in this offense.
I love it, man, because he's definitely explosive back there. Definitely a change of pace back for Josh Jacobs, who gets the bell. He's like the bell cow. He gets the predominant of the carries. But if you're looking for a guy, sort of like the Manungai guy of the Chicago Bears,
Yes.
like the
Wow.
explosiveness, get you the big run, sort of like Woody Marks from Houston. That's the role he's going to play. And if he's getting positive yards on the ground, good luck, man. He's going to be churning it up, man, and getting stuff. So if you need a running back, Emmanuel Wilson can be another option. Let's go with the wide receivers.
Wide receiver, the Patriots, Keyshawn Boutte.
Boutte.
He is becoming one of Drake May's favorite targets.
Hands down.
And so definitely a great one to pick up. He is still available in some waivers. There are some people that have already, peeped it and already picked him up, but he's still out there on a lot of waiver wires enough anyway. So if you can grab him, that'd be good. Again, it's just a way to pick up a wide receiver during these bye weeks when you may need one.
Who's the other wide receiver for the Patriots that you talk about? Douglas, Mario Douglas, Pop Douglas.
Yep. Pop Douglas.
I think what makes it hard to get him though is because who are they going to throw it to? Like, is it going to be him? Is it going to be Douglas?
Yep.
Is it going to be? I think who else do they have? Don't they have Matt Collins too? I think Matt Collins is there. Hollins is there. Whatever.
Yes, he is there.
Yeah, so
That's
they
right.
have a plethora of receivers. They move that ball around, but
They do.
you see his name, you see Boutte's name so
Yes.
freaking much.
Especially near the red zone.
Especially near the red zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially near the red zone. Solid hands. It could possibly get you the double-digit points if featured in the offense. So, like Peachy said, if you're a wide receiver short, you got a guy you're not trying to drop your wide receiver, or you could drop another player, pick him up. He'll keep your offense flowing. Like, I would take him over a Jerry Judy. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
amen to that. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? So I like that first one. Who's the second one? Ooh, is that who I think it is?
It is. And the second one is the return of Mr. Christian Watson.
Randy Watson's cousin.
And he's back, and he's definitely available on the waiver wire. Actually, more than I think people thought he was going to be, because they knew he was going to come back, and a lot of people still dropped him. There's a tons of wide receivers out there, so I get it. So if you can grab him, if you need a wide receiver, probably a good idea to try to just go ahead and grab Christian, because he's a big part of this Packers offense. I know they have quite a few wide receivers, and then still have wide receivers that are going to be coming back. But Christian Watson is always one of Love's targets that he likes to utilize. So
I like this pickup. If he's available, go snatch him up. Definitely stretches the field. Big playmaker down the football field. Oh, we're going back to Denver for another Denver player, Evan Ingram. Now, I don't know if he's going to be on people's waiver wires, but he was so trash the first 8 weeks in the NFL. People might have dropped him.
right.
So if he's available and you need a tight end for the week, all right? So if you're Dallas Goddard's, who else is on the bye? Your Harold Fannons, your David Njoku's, your Cade Ottens, and your Mason Taylors. If you need a guy, you could drop any one of those guys and pick up Evan Ingram for the
Yep.
week. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get those guys back. Nobody's going to pick up
Right.
one of those guys because they're on a bye. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Evan is just, he's at any time he can go off when he's targeted. So I just felt like this would be a really good one, like you said, especially with the bye going on. Some players, you just grab them for the bye week so you can have that spot filled with any points. It's better than having no points. So
it's better than being Jake Ferguson and getting your zero
right.
at the tight end. I'll take 1 over 0 any freaking day.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, you must pick up the Rams defense. If you're a streamer D like me, pick up the Rams defense. They play the Saints. I'll leave it at that. Enough said.
Yes.
They're going against Tyler Shug, a rookie kicker. Look, this guy was number 1 in kicking, Chris Boswell. Last week, I expect him to be top 2 in kicking this week. If you streaming a kicker as well, make sure you pick up this guy. I'm not necessarily streaming kickers. But if my kicker's on a bye, I would probably drop another player just to pick him up for the week. I do feel like the Pittsburgh versus the Colts games is going to be field goal action from the Steelers. They start off hot and then they struggle to score, but they do get in the scoring range. It's like they're good enough to get into scoring range to kick field goals, but not touchdowns. This is a surefire guy, Chris Boswell. He will nail the field goals if you need a kicker. So those are your top waiver wire week 9 ads. So make sure you guys take notes, add those dudes as well. All right, let's get to some of these questions on the show. Sorry about that. Ms. Cynthia says, Reyes is not available in my league. Who's Reyes? Did she mean Tyrone Tracy? I'm trying to think of who Reyes is.
I guess she means Tyrone Tracy.
So, Miss Cynthia, if you're watching Tyrone Tracy, see if he's available. If he's available, you might want to snatch him up. Oh, the Rams aren't available. Dang. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Somebody got the Rams. Interesting. They just got off their bye. They picked them suckers up quick.
Everybody saw who the Rams was playing this week, and not to mention that the Saints are probably about to have a fire sale because there are already massive rumors out there that they're going to move Rashid Shaheed before the trade deadline. So that'll be one wide receiver that they won't have. So they're just, they're food at this point. So
all right. So if you don't go with the Los Angeles Rams, pick up the Chargers versus the Titans.
Yes.
Take the Chargers.
Yep. Take the Chargers. I like
Take
that
the Chargers. That would be another one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Who else would I go with? Seattle over Washington. I don't know who is playing for the quarterback, but if Marcus Mariota is playing, you might want to get Seattle.
Oh, 100%.
Those are your top 3 defenses.
I think even if Jaden Daniels plays, because he's so banged up that even if he plays, he's not going to be all the way right. Seattle is a great.
Would you put Jaden Daniels out there versus that Seattle defense?
No.
Then he's not playing. Okay, so so Marcus Mariota
no, I wouldn't. No.
Versus
not
Seattle.
That pass rush.
I mean, and I take, you know what's funny? Mariota, Oregon guy, but they're not in Oregon. They're not on the Mount West. They're in Washington. He's just not good. Like he's a good reliever for a game or two, but he was terrible. 7 points, guys. 7 points. 7 points.
He comes back down to earth. It was really crazy because they were looking good and then they weren't, and then they were looking good and then they weren't, and then they just weren't. And then it was just over. Yeah. There was nothing else to. Cool Breeze has a question. Should I start Texans D versus Denver or Colts D versus Steelers?
Oh, Colts D versus Steelers. I'm starting the Colts D versus the Steelers. The Texans D. All right. So Denver has a better offensive line than the 49ers. Mm-hmm. Now, I think the Texans defense is still play well enough, but they won't be able to stop the run like they did against the Niners. The Colts defense, I just feel like are going to pressure Aaron Rodgers like the Packers did. They're tough. They got a great secondary that can hold it down. They got a pass rush up front. And the game might be close, but I would still start the Colts defense. That Colts defense is pretty top damn near tier. And we just watched Denver put up 44 points against the Cowboys. And I know it's a totally different defense, but Denver can score. Now, the game might be different with Denver because they will be without Patrick Surtain. So
Yeah.
that might change the game a little bit. The Texans offense may be able to do a little something. So we'll see. But both of us will start the Colts. And I love this part of the show. I love questions. There was a question from Niner Faithful. Kamani Valdal or Teteroa McMillan this week. I guess this is, are you talking about in the flex spot? Because, why would you go, if you, who else are your running backs and who else are your wide receivers? In a PPR league, I would go Kamani because he's the pass catching back as well as a running back. So I would go with him over Tet. What about you, Peach?
I agree with that. It's definitely Vidal over Tet.
And then you asked about Travis Etienne or J.K. Dobbins. So we talked about the Broncos playing the Steelers defense. The Jags are playing the Raiders defense.
Oh, I would definitely go with Etienne.
Etienne. Yeah. That's my theory.
I think Etienne is gonna ball this week. He could do so well that he could wind up on our list when we come back next week. Yes.
That is funny. Miss Cynthia says, I put in a claim for Bam. So Bam is probably going to get the start. They cut Michael Carter. So they waived Michael Carter, their running back.
But then they brought him back
to the practice squad?
Yes.
Oh, so he's that yeah. So Bam, so they may elevate him as a practice squad candidate, but I think Bam will get the start.
Yeah.
Trey Benson should be back soon though. Like maybe week 10. But for this week, Bam night, I think it's going to be running back 1. So
I agree.
And the Cardinals, if you want to know, they play Dallas.
Yep.
So
I really like Bam this week. He's going to be good against Dallas. So that's smart. That's smart, Sin. I like that.
Very smart. Very smart. Any more questions we got out there, Peachy, before we dip up out of here, man? I just want to make sure we answered all the questions that were starred.
I think there was some. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Shout out to Sports Memes channel. They were in here. Appreciate you guys. Said Cowboys need Brees. I think they're pretty good with Javonte Williams.
I think these are from last week, so I think we're good. Yeah, I think all these are from last week.
What's good? Don't bother me, man. I'm sorry, YouTube. Do you have your bell on, like your notifications set to on, like in all, not just like, because you can subscribe, but if you don't put it on all, they'll select the shows that they feel like they want you to watch.
Also, something about YouTube that just came up today that I found out by perusing YouTube, because that's what I do. That's my job, so that's what I do. If you've set your notifications to all and you're still not getting our notifications, click it all the way off.
And then turn it back on.
And re-click it again.
Yeah.
And apparently that's jigging everything and getting everything back, the way that it needs to be. So
okay. Hopefully that works.
Yep. So hopefully that will work. That way, if you just click it all the way off and then put it back on again. But let us know in the comments or whatever if you guys are still having issues with that, if you've already done that, and I'll do more research and see if I can figure out what's really going on.
Oh man, so look, these 49er fans are terrible, man. They want to bring back, it's like, hey, let's bring back Chase Young. Hey, let's bring back Randy Gregory. Hey, one person said, let's go grab Alden Smith and Amar Brooks. Y'all crazy.
I mean, Patrick Willis looks like he's ready to suit up. So let's
Yeah,
just
maybe
go get
his
him.
feet are healed. Yeah, let's just bring back
Right.
all the old retired players. They are pissed about
Yeah. I know
But
they
look,
are.
if you got the Niners defense, I think they're gonna have a surge of a pass rush again, and I think generating pressure is key. So this might be a good thing. We play the Giants. The Giants offense is going to be missing a big chunk of energy, like Peachy stated at the very beginning of the show, with the loss of Cam Scatterbo. Can they run the ball successfully with Tyrone Tracy? The Niners got a big chance to, make them one-dimensional and
Yep.
force the rookie to throw the ball all the time. Niners defense might be a sleeper defense, but if they can't generate that pass rush, man, the defense will be torched once again. So just beware. But they are playing a 2-6 team that seems to play hard in every single game since the switching to Jackson Dart. All right, since the switching to Jackson Dart.
And he's also a mobile quarterback, and we know how we do with
Bing.
mobile quarterbacks.
Freaking bingo. Like freaking bingo. Freaking bingo. All right, let me ask you this. This is must sit, must start. Which quarterback are you starting this week? Are you starting Mac Jones versus the Giants defense or Jackson Dart against the 49ers defense?
I don't like you at all. Oh my god!
I just thought I'd ask. It's just a question,
You know what? Jackson Dart.
I
have to.
I'll cut Jackson Dart.
I'm
Look
sorry,
at
Niner
Big Daddy
fans.
laughing.
I
I just cut Jackson Dart. I can't do it. I don't want him nowhere near my 49ers. I cut his ass. His ass is on the waiver wire. You know what I mean? All right. Well, let's do Thursday night matchup. Ready?
Okay.
Are you starting Derrick Henry versus the Dolphins or Devon Achane versus the Ravens?
H-N.
Oh, for Derrick Henry. Okay. I like it. I'm not gonna question her. I like it a lot. All right. Let's see. Any divisional games? Yes, divisional games. Are you starting Justin Jefferson versus the Lions defense or Amon-Ra St. Brown versus the Vikings defense?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
That dude is, he's catching the ball anyway, anywhere, whatever. That's not going to change against
Okay.
this night.
Okay. I could dig it. All right. We gave you okay, so you did Thursday night. You did the divisional round matchup. We did a 1:00 game. We got any 4:00 games. Any 4:00. I'm looking for a 4:00. All right, 4:00 games. These are trash. These are bad. There's 2 4:00 teams playing and they're terrible. The 4 teams that are playing against each other. All right. Do you start? Oh God. Oh God. All right. Do you start Kyron Williams versus the Saints, or do you start Alvin Kamara versus the Rams?
Oh, Kyron.
She said that with ease. Okay. All right. Sunday night. Are you starting Patrick Mahomes versus the Bills or Josh Allen versus the Chiefs?
Patrick Mahomes.
I like where you're going with this.
Do not believe in that Bills defense.
Okay.
They've not been doing very much of anything.
That's a different reason than what I thought you was going to say, but I like your reasoning. I got my reasoning. Josh Allen can't beat the Chiefs. Okay, next.
That's true.
Sunday, and that was the 4:00 game. You know what? That was a 4:00 game. I thought that game was flexed to Sunday
was
night.
it?
Yeah, so
Okay.
scrap that other one.
Okay.
That's the 4:00 matchup. All right. Sunday night football.
Mm-hmm.
Are you starting? Are you starting Jackson Smith and Jigba versus the Commanders or Terry McLaurin versus the Seahawks?
Ooh. Only you. Is that the game?
Yes.
Is that the players really? Dang. Um. Okay, it's gonna be JSN.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
who I'm gonna start. One, McLaurin's banged up. I literally left him off my injury report. I don't know what he's gonna do. So yeah, JSN.
Okay. All right. All right.
I forgot about him. Yep.
Woo, that's gonna be fun. All right, and then last but not least, Monday Night Football. Are you starting Kyler Murray versus the Cowboys defense or Dak Prescott versus the Cardinals defense?
Oh, you know what?
You can't tell me my must-sits, must-starts don't be dope.
If
They be off the
Kyler
dome.
plays,
I think Kyler's playing. I mean, dude's missed 18 weeks of football. Okay? Just coming off a bye week.
you know what? I'm actually gonna start Dak.
Okay? Hottest quarterback.
I'm gonna
offensive.
go with that. Yeah, because that offense, I just don't feel like that the Cardinals have enough to be able to really do anything with it. On the other side, I know that Dallas has been leaking, but they've had some positive stuff back there in that secondary. And I don't know what Kyler's going to look like if he does play coming back for his first game. So
That's a good point.
Yeah, that.
Well, Peachy, you have conquered the must-sits and must-starts. I will say
Breezy's
that.
challenge.
The Breezy's
That's what it needs to be
challenge.
called.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Good job. All right. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We truly appreciate you guys for rocking out with us week in and week out, especially all the fantasy football lovers, man. If you know anybody that plays fantasy football, that wants to learn fantasy football, that wants to be entertained by two of the funniest fantasy football hosts out there, man, have them check out the show, send it to them, and get them to subscribe to the channel. It's a 49ers based channel, but we do a little bit more in the NFL on my channel. Like I wanted to separate myself a little bit. So I love fantasy football. Peachy loves fantasy football. So come on over, man, and subscribe to the channel. Great job. Shout out to everybody out there. One more time, ear horns to all the Breezy Bunch crew members out there. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in. And again, if you have fantasy football questions, you have to follow us on the Instagram at What's Your Fantasy Football, and you can DM us, and we will respond to your questions. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely. We will.
All right, Peachy, take us home.
Guys, we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of What's Your Fantasy. Thanks for all the interaction in the chat. You guys are the best, and appreciate people like Big Daddy Niners just tuning in just because he loves watching us. That means a whole lot, and we love you for that, Big Daddy, so much. And thank you for all the support that you give us and everything like that. Sin says thanks for the great show and advice. Always Sin. And if you have any other comments or anything, like Breezy said, leave them in the comment section and we'll get back to you. DM us any questions you have, any concerns, anything that you want. That's what we're here for. We're here for you guys. So good luck this week on your fantasy. Stay tuned to IG What's Your Fantasy, because that's where all of the updates come out. So if you have any questions about is such and such going to play because they were injured and whatever, that's what you need to look at before you get ready to set your actual lineup. It'll be updated. Try to get it updated close to the minute so that you guys will have all that information.
And there you have it, everybody. Fantasy football week 8 in the books, on to week 9. See y'all next week. Peace.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.